Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some extremely interesting numbers to go look at, because this is basically going and showcasing up how insane those 10 million sales for the PlayStation 5 are, and basically it's going to go through pretty much everything from the PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, GameCube, Wii U, Switch, Xbox, and everything, just so you guys can all collectively go and see on just how insane these numbers are and how good this gaming series has been, and how well both Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony are doing for this. There's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of actual figures too as well, and I know a lot of you guys that are more on the analytics side, like me, you guys might actually appreciate this video. So if you guys do, definitely leave a like and make sure you guys are subscribed. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below, and of course, sign up for Webull, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Go on base, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. And let's go and actually go talk about it. And as well, just thank you guys all so much for watching these like more variety videos too. You guys are all lovely as well. So, we actually have this very cool thing over here. This is from ARS Technica. That basically goes and puts the comparison of like the console race to 110 million, and basically kind of going to show how long it basically was for the average day sales, average numbers, and just basically how well consoles are actually doing. So this one over, you guys can actually go and look at the console sale rates, and this is going to be the major thing we want to look on for, with a few other graphs too as well. So basically the PS1, which is expected because it's way back in the day, unproven project, and basically it was like the introduction to all the consoles, was at around maybe like a 7.7 thousand consoles per day until they got to their 10 million units. PS2 though, however, as time's kind of gone on, you can basically go and see on how well it does, where it's 27,000 per day when it comes to that. And of course, as you guys know, the PS3 was a little bit more of the iffy console in comparison to the Xbox 360. It was like definitely a lot more close fighting at that point. It was only seen 25, but then of course the PS4, which is an absolutely insanely good and popular console, which is why everyone keeps on saying how crazy it is that this current PlayStation 5 is actually beating it, is basically at that point of 37,000 per day. And now that also kind of maybe goes and shows in how insane the numbers are for the PlayStation 5 consoles, because even with that many thousands upon thousand consoles a day, it's insane to go and see that the PS5 is actually outpacing this and actually even beating it. And as well, if depending on how the productions are, it actually might even go beat the Wii, which has been one of the craziest consoles, where even my grandma at the time had a Wii. Also, you guys can go look at the GameCube, and while the GameCube may not necessarily be the world's, worst console in terms of production, it also definitely was not selling as good, and even say for the original Xbox. But as well, we also have the Wii, which, as I mentioned, that is a hard cookie to go and beat. The PS5 is very close, and if they had like a really big, massive restock wave going on, they maybe could go beat it, like depending on how good Black Friday and Christmas goes. But oh my lord, that is a lot of consoles to go hit, and also to hit that 10 million mark as well. The Wii U, of course, though, definitely did not do as good. I mean, I loved my Wii U, but I kind of feel like even now with my Switch console, I'm just basically re-buying and re-getting the same exact games, which kind of stinks. And of course, also we have the OG Xbox, which, I mean, for a brand new console, also kind of putting that towards the GameCube as well. Not that bad. Xbox 360 with 25,000, which in comparison to the PS3, I'd say pretty similar as well. I actually remember a lot more of my friends and myself actually had Xbox 360. But I mean, I knew a decent amount of people with the PS3, and of course the Xbox One, which is doing pretty not too bad. Now, these are also the over average worldwide sales days across the first million units, as well, as you guys kind of saw just in the comparison for this one, and also the dates. So it's more so when they came out. It's actually kind of cool to go and see how well the PS1 and PS2 actually did in comparison. The GameCube and also Xbox, also in the same exact year, also very kind of going neck and neck. Same thing too as well with the Xbox and PS3, which kind of stinks, I feel like, for Xbox, because they've never actually had their full on, like, that they're the #1 console. It's always so close, and they pretty much almost beat the PS3, in terms of at least just looking at these statistics over there. And of course, the Wii by itself is just unmatched. Like, that is just insanity. And then of course, the Wii right afterwards is just potato. And of course, we also have all these over here too, as once again, the Xbox wasn't the craziest, but also been a little, not as bad. And also, here's all the overall days it took to actually go and get to the 10 million sales over here. So this, we're actually seeing these marks and numbers. Or here's the PS3, which is still, it took over a year to go get it, but that's not bad. A little bit over 400 days, maybe like 415 days or so. PS4, which, as you guys can see the trajectories, the PS5 actually is just very slightly beating it. Like, it's barely there. And we might even have like one of those like cross sections like this at some point for the PS5 and PS4. And of course, too, here's the sales rates for early Switch and PS5 exclusives too as well, which we can see the Returnal, but as a brand new unproven IP, that's kind of expected. Like 5.6 is actually pretty good for the percentage of consoles. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart at only 11%, which is also a little bit smaller than I was kind of expecting, like in all just things considered. But then also, I'm genuinely surprised because, I mean, Ratchet and Clank was a very good game. I enjoyed playing it, enjoyed streaming it, very put together game, and I'd actually probably recommend people picking it up in the future. But it's insane to see on how many people actually picked up games like ARMS or 1-2 Switch. Because if you guys remember, ARMS was probably one of the world's worst games I think I've ever actually played. And then same thing too with the 1-2 Switch. And also to the point to the fact that they're literally $60 games, that's almost even more surprising to me because those games were not good and not worth the money. Now, of course, things like, say, like, you know, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon, Mario Kart 8, and Mario Odyssey, these make sense. And I'm also kind of actually generally surprised that Mario Odyssey has done so well in comparison to, say, Mario Kart 8, because in my mind, I'd imagine, like, Zelda seems a little bit bigger, at least for me. I'm more of a bigger Zelda fan. Same thing too as well with Mario Kart. I feel like every single person and their kids and family has Mario Kart itself. And then Mario Odyssey, I'm just surprised in the numbers because it's more of like a single player game, which I mean, so they're the other ones, you know, for Breath of the Wild and whatever, but just those numbers to me are an absolute insanity over here. So we can kind of do a quick little scroll through over here as kind of talked about over here, but some of the more intriguing things I think I've seen too, as I mentioned, are just the overall numbers on this. Like, this is actually just insane that 11% of Switch owners actually own ARMS, and then Ratchet and Clank is still only 11%. Though, granted, we also have been seeing a lot of, like, you know, more so scalping orders and other things too mixed on in with that. And as well, I have to give, like, Returnal some credit. Like, that was as a brand new, unproven game itself. Those are some pretty good numbers. And I think one other little side thing too we'll kind of do in the very tail end of this video is that basically the Xbox Series S and X are the fastest selling consoles ever, with more consoles sold live to date than any previous generation. Basically, I covered that news a few days ago from the earning calls, and basically the Xbox Series X and S at this point are at around 6.1 to 6.5. Let's say like 6.3, because all the sales have been pretty much instantly sold on out. So it's always kind of crazy to see these numbers because everything in gaming is doing really well, but it's kind of crazy to see those very small smidgens of better profit margins kind of popping on up and all of that. We also did have another person over here that said they were curious to see how the Nintendo DS compared, and basically it was actually a very previous store over here where 8.83 million worldwide shipments for the Nintendo DS and approximately the first 10.5 months of availability. And as well, 10 million worldwide Switch sales in just under 9 months also reported too as well. So basically, the Switch actually was also beating the Nintendo DS, which was probably one of the most sought-after consoles back when I was like a kid, back in my high school days. I knew so many gaming people having Nintendo DSs, and there's also so many iterations of like DS Lites, 3DXs, 3DX XLs, and all of that as well mixed on in, which is insanity. Like, I think this kind of just more so goes to show on how many people are actually picking up these consoles as well with the Switch, mainly for these games, because like you guys are seeing the ratio of 61% of owners actually have games like Mario and like 50% for Zelda and Mario Kart. That to me is insane. That's very insane. And as well as just also the fact that Nintendo could probably go and sell literally a 5-minute game for $60, and these people right here on screen are probably the people that would actually end up buying it. So, well, I'll be very curious to see how these numbers work out for the Xbox in terms of Game Pass conversions, and as well for the PS5 on how much these numbers are going to go up. Maybe not necessarily so much for Returnal, but maybe comparing Ratchet and Clank as the time goes on, as well as also comparing that to God of War, the brand new God of War, and also the brand new Horizon Zero Dawn, and any other PlayStation 5 exclusives we may be on the lookout for. But as you guys can see all these milestones over here, we can kind of give the 4.5 at 49 days, the PlayStation 7.8 million as at 139 days, and then 10 million at only 248 days, and keep on touch of that number. You could also kind of go and see too for the PS4, the 10 million, as we mentioned earlier on this video, was actually up for another 20 days earlier, which is insane. Because also don't forget, it's so hard to even find and get and buy these consoles overall. And it does also kind of seem even on pace too, that the PS5 is still outpacing all of this. And the PS5, I mean, you know, it got to 10 million eventually, but it kind of went from there. But like I said, I'll be very curious to see these sales numbers for the PS5 whenever all these better games come out. More people get the consoles, and more people, maybe not necessarily as many scalpers, also have the consoles too. And on top of that, it's just still insane on how well the Nintendo Switch is doing. And the Xbox hasn't been doing that bad. You know, they're still moving consoles. But I do kind of feel bad they still haven't had their major golden time of like hitting 10 million first or something like that. But you want to know what? Maybe our next Xbox with Game Pass being so good might be to go do that. As well, don't forget too, Xbox is more so pushing for Game Pass anyway, so not the biggest deal because they're making money off of PC too anyway. But that's about it for this video. A little bit of a fun numbers video. you guys want to give your thoughts or comments down below, you guys are super welcome to. I'm going to apply read through all the comments. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc and digital console controller. Like the video as well, and follow me up on Twitter and Twitch, and sign up for Webull and Coinbase to get that free money and free all that other good stuff. And I appreciate all of you guys for watching. And let me know if you guys like these more so analytical numbers to kind of compare all these consoles and who's basically winning the console wars too as well. Love you guys all so much. I'll see you guys up on the next one.